Welcome back to Angry Roads. Today we are looking at a popular SCP.
Yes, one of the ones off the top of all time, top rated SCP stories.
Because we did have some feedback that people didn't mind the chronological order, but we were told to kind of jump forward to series 5.
Series, I think.
Series 5.
Somebody put out there that maybe we were sticking too much to the old faithfuls, and there are still popular ones, but out of the newer series, so here we are, trying one from a later series that's still popular. So it's out of chronological order, I suppose, is the
If you have not been here with us before, we are Sussan and Dave, and we are Angry Roads. We were covering random topics, and then we kind of went through Sleep Token. If you like Sleep Token or you have no idea what I'm talking about, there is a playlist that you can watch, but this does not relate to that. But you can check this playlist in which we are doing SCPs, which are fictional emergency plans, emergency protocols for anomalies. And so we are doing them in both chronological order and slicing in random popular ones.
Yeah, correct. Just trying to keep it mixed so that we don't never see some of the old ones or only see them, some of the new ones, or only see them much, much later. And obviously to help get the word around that we're doing these videos. So
if you like it, we've had quite a good response from the community, which is
we appreciate
nice.
that. Thank you.
I've never read any of these before. You've read some of them. So let's dive in to SCP-5031.
Or as I've heard it's called on the streets,
The mean streets.
the murder monster.
The murder monster?
I think so.
It is a monster that murders?
Yeah.
Feels like that's what a monster does. That's like me calling it a sitting chair.
No, because I think like a bear doesn't murder you.
I guess.
It's just defending itself, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's I will accept that. I will accept that the
murder monster? I hope that's
like
what it's called.
like a shark is not, it didn't see
No,
someone and it's like,
it's like, I hate the way he swims. I'm going to kill it.
oh, he's flailing about. Get him.
Well, no, that is what they do.
But no, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
There's intent behind murder.
Yes.
That's the point.
Right. And this monster is murderous. And yeah, I guess like we have come across other things in the SCP which you would classify as a monster.
Yes.
Although I was just thinking of that apartment and that definitely murdered you.
I just don't think, I don't know if it was alive like that.
Okay.
I think it was conscious like that.
You're saying because it didn't have the intent, because it just absorbed and then turned me into a lamp.
Yes.
Its intention wasn't, it might not have known that I would cease to exist if it turned me into a lamp.
Yeah, I don't think it's thinking about it.
Yeah, I get you. That motherboard though, she took people apart and then she rearranged them and then she put them back together.
Yes.
But once again, wasn't murdering.
No. That's what I'm saying. There's intent behind
the word murder. This is a murderous monster.
Again, I really hope that's what it's called, because we've harped on about this.
That is not... they're thinking of 5032.
Damn.
Chumps.
Let me take a quick look here.
Hold, please.
Yeah, murder monster. Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah, that's it. Murder monster.
Good.
Okay.
Did you want to read the
I'll
first
get started.
one?
Yes, okay. And, forgive us, we're not exactly sure how some of these are supposed to be read out or read, so we just read them as they are, which I think is correct. But anyway, let's check this one out. So, note, file under review. This document has been flagged for possible methodological issues. Methodological?
Yeah, steps.
Methodological?
Is your concern that that's not the right word or that it's not a word?
I'm concerned that that's not the word.
I'm so sure.
Methodological is not methodological.
It's the D. Yeah, there it is. Relating to the system of methods used in a particular area of study or activity.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to say it because I will stumble.
Yeah, okay. This document has been flagged for possible methodological issues. Please be aware that the following information is subject to change and may contain inaccuracies. So, the item is SCP-5031 and the object class is Keter, which this is our first Keter, I think, from the ones we've done in the past. So, at least up to this point, which, depending on how you're watching this, could be not true. But anyway,
fair.
According to the locked box test, a Keter class object is, if you lock it in a box, leave it alone, and it easily escapes, then it's probably Keter. So I think that probably lends itself to the murder monster.
Yep, that's
thing.
fair. Yes, more intent.
There's a lot of intelligence and intent.
Yeah, that's it. It would like to be out of the box, whereas I don't think the other ones really cared.
I don't know if they. I don't think they think that way.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
The motherboard was anyway. That's for that video, but the motherboard was held in place by the tablet. Remember?
Oh, that's true. The
So
tablet.
it couldn't
the tablet
leave.
was
It's a
zapping
prison.
it. Yes.
Okay, so with that being said, the special containment procedures of this particular SCP are extremely short. So, SCP-5031, or as we'll call it from now on, just 5031, is to be contained in an airtight iron cell in Biosite 59. The structure must be inspected for imperfections on a bi-weekly basis. No other interaction is necessary.
Bi-weekly? That's a lot of manpower for me to... Airtight? So is it not breathing?
I don't know. They could be pumping
air
in somehow.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, yeah, there you go. So that's that. On to the description.
Right, description. 5031 is a non-sapient quasi-humanoid creature of unknown origin.
Ugh.
When directly observed, 5031 will temporarily cease to exist until the viewer stops observing the space that 5031 formerly occupied. Traces of its existence, e.g. scratch marks and blood trails, continue to exist when 5031 does not. Video and photography devices do not capture 5031's appearance. However, observing 5031's shadow does not cause cessation of existence, allowing certain physiological traits to be inferred from its silhouette. Wow. So, it has an abnormally small head with no discernible neck. Just like that. Elbows branch into 3 sets of lower arms each. An elongated torso, approximately 1.9 meters in length. I'm always amazed that these are in meters. Its pelvis terminates in a crescent shape protruding of osseous tissue with a blade-like lower edge. And I should know what osseous is, and I swear to God I googled it like last week. Oh, it just means bone.
Okay.
Bruh, just say bone.
No.
And it levitates above the ground at a fixed height of 0.5 meters. While 5031 has no nutritional needs, it will nevertheless hunt and consume any human or animal it encounters by using its pendulous lower body to down targets. 5031 does not sleep and is incapable of expression or verbal communication.
Wow.
So like a titan, it just hunts for fun.
So, okay, here's what I'm gathering. Here's what I'm getting from all that.
Right.
Right? The reason it's an airtight container is because when you're not looking at it, it's not actually there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that sort of makes it feel like maybe it is
A gas?
Existing somewhere else, and
But
only.
it's not blinking.
I think that it maybe is zooping out.
Oh, like that little boy on Heroes?
Yeah, yeah.
Heroes? No. The one that had the tail, and he would blink out of existence, but he was actually just blinking to, like, hell, and then blinking back. Nightcrawler.
That is not what Nightcrawler does, but
Isn't it?
no.
One of them. Someone knows what I'm talking about.
What I'm saying is, it sounds like it's an airtight container because they know when it appears back in our reality, it's in that box.
Right, I get you.
And as long as the box is airtight, maybe it doesn't get out. That's the way it reads to me, because they're saying that traces of the existence are there.
Yes.
But when you're not looking, it's not.
Because I thought the reason it needed to be airtight was it was turning into some kind of, like the guy in Lost, the black smoke. It was turning into some kind of gas.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know, but
Because one would assume if it could teleport somewhere else, then surely it would just teleport out of the box.
I don't know if it's yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's teleporting. I think it's just.
You're saying it's teleporting.
I don't think it's teleporting. I'm saying that inside that box.
Yeah.
Is the only place it appears in our reality. Now.
Because of the box?
No, I think they put it there. Somehow.
It was there and they put a box around it?
They didn't say that, and I never said that.
Right.
I said
Yes.
that they captured it.
Yes.
Right? They figured.
Yes.
I mean, maybe we'll find out how they captured it.
Yeah. Can you imagine someone's watching this and they're like, it's literally 2 sentences
Yeah,
down.
just
like,
read
please.
it.
Yeah.
But this is what we like.
This is what you signed up for. Like and subscribe.
I'm saying they captured it.
Yes.
And now they know that when it comes back to this reality, it's inside this box.
Because that's where it left from?
Yeah, I guess so. But also, they didn't see it leave because it's just not there when you're not looking at it. That's the point.
But we can see its shadow.
That's saying in photos. So,
No,
video and photography devices do not capture it. However, observing the shadow does not cause the cessation of existence.
That's what I'm saying. So I can only see its shadow? Because obviously I'm not going in the box. I'm not going in the murder box. So there must be
let's just keep reading. I think
Okay.
we need to get a bit more information because I understand what you're saying. That to me reads like it. Yeah, anyway, the shadow is how they've gotten that picture of it.
Yes,
they haven't had nothing.
Oh, but with its
no
long
color,
torso.
no nothing here, just shape.
Yeah,
Anyway,
just shapes.
yeah.
And no sounds.
All right, addendum.
Yes.
As of, I'm hoping this is in normal time. But
No,
it must be because it's 14.
Oh yeah, there's not for.
Yeah.
That's very strange for what I imagined was going to be an American website.
Some of them must not be, but okay. The 14th of February 2018, senior researcher Stanley Huxtable is now acting in the role of HMCL supervisor for SCP-5031. The following is a selection of relevant correspondences from SR Huxtable to Site Director Yusuf Mustafi, elucidating research progress. All right. Here we go. These read like journal entries, I suppose.
I can do the first one.
Go for it.
All right, so the 14th of February 2018. I have no idea who wrote this, but there's a lot I'd like to say to them. I am not a fan of abandoning a living creature inside a metal box for 10 years, no matter how pragmatic it may be. It's difficult to fathom that such things were considered the norm a decade ago. Have you ever heard something scream from behind 10 inches of iron for hours on end? When I do redraft, remind me to add anomalous resistance to hoarseness somewhere in the description. Could you work your magic and get the boys to retrofit the containment cube with an appenditure and security vestibule? I'd like to run some tests that require exposing 5031 to certain stimuli. So he is upset that we locked this murder monster in this box.
Because he says he can hear it screaming.
Right. But it didn't scream before.
It must have been. I think it's always been screaming.
And is incapable of expression, or maybe they just mean it doesn't talk.
Yeah.
And because my dog doesn't talk, but he obviously is able to verbally communicate with me.
Correct.
Right.
And just for your knowledge, I'm putting the text up so they can see though.
Oh, good. You can see
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I figured.
As you can tell, I don't edit.
She doesn't watch.
I just start.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
You're one.
Yes, so, yeah, I think he's saying that he doesn't want it to be inside that metal box anymore because it's been there for 10 years. And he's saying add anomalous resistance to hoarseness because its throat isn't getting hurt even from doing the screaming that it's doing. Okay.
Okay, so this is almost a month, maybe 2 weeks later. So we go from So we go from the 14th of February. I realize I haven't looked at you very much. I'm so sorry. From the 14th of February to the 8th of March.
Should I read it or should you just tell me the day?
I just want to be sure. I feel like I always get to the end of these kinds of things and I'm like, wait, I wasn't keeping track of the dates, and I don't want you to miss out on the dates. So I'm keeping track of the dates.
I was going to say the dates. It's fine.
But we weren't going to establish the gap in between the dates. That's the most important part.
Round 1 tests. Sound. Summary. Forward. Installed speakers in the containment vestibule and played various albums of natural ambience and popular music. 5031's propensity for screaming worked as a convenient way to measure its stress levels. 100% would be considered as typical screaming, volume and duration, over 48 hours, and 0% would be no screaming at all. So, here's the selections. First, he played Morning Forest Ambience, and it screamed at a stress level of 43%.
Okay.
Seaside Paradise Ambience, 48%.
Okay.
Deep Grotto Ambience, 62%. The Best of Mozart.
What's a grotto?
Like a grove.
Oh, okay.
But also I think that's with a building in it, specifically. Anyway, The Best of Mozart, 13%. The Best of Enya, 18%. The Best of Ben Folds, that's nice, 6%.
That is quite nice.
The Best of Jethro Tull, 59%.
I don't know who that is.
And The Best of Kiss, 23%.
So it likes music. I mean, it does not like whatever Jethro Tull is.
Let me finish this.
Oh, sorry, there's more.
Afterward. Efficacy of music for stress reduction gradually decreases over time. I've assembled a playlist of 5031's favourite music to play on shuffle in its enclosure in perpetuity. Stress levels consistently remain in the 15 to 25% range, baseline adjusted accordingly. Sorry, go ahead.
It seems wild, the thought that it is just screaming continuously, but then he plays Ben Folds 5. Ben Folds 5? Yeah. He plays Ben Folds, and it's still screaming, but like.
But I don't think that's what it is. He's saying like he was only using that as a ratio. So he was saying like if you would imagine
this
screaming volume and duration.
Yes, that's it typically screaming.
Yeah.
And then he puts on Ben Folds or Enya or Mozart,
and it screams sometimes.
It's there going.
No, I think it's more like it screams, Rah! But only 6% of the time.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant 6% intensity. If you think it's intensity or frequency, let us know down below. It's not
frequency, it's duration. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's smaller. Does that you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Rather than anyway.
I have to know what a grotto is. I need to know why it disliked that so much. Oh, it's a cave, used in both modern times and antiquity. Okay. What's the difference between a cave and a grotto? While a grotto is an artificial cavern with decorations, what is it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're just going to call it a cave.
Sure.
So it does not like cave sounds. But it likes a bit of a seaside.
No, it hated the seaside.
No, it didn't hate it. It didn't love it. But
it likes
music.
The third worst.
It's not the worst.
No. Go for it.
All right. So this is, if we keep track of our dates, so this is, 2 weeks later?
3 weeks, yeah.
The 22nd of March. Round 2 tests. Play. Summary. So the test was threw softball into enclosure and 5031 sliced the ball in two.
Was the result.
Yes, was the result. Tossed basketball and into the enclosure and 5031 sliced the ball open. Rolled bowling ball into enclosure and 5031 scratched a couple of grooves into the ball, then rolled the ball around the enclosure with the blunt end of its tail for 20 minutes. Stress levels remained under 60% after play. Oh, that's kind of cute. Rolled another bowling ball into enclosure. 503 used the blunt end of its tail to hit the balls together for a while. Stress levels remained less than 40% after play. Bowling ball chipped and would no longer roll properly. And then they have in brackets unplanned. Stress levels increased to about 115%, so now it's upset.
Yes.
Replaced bowling ball provided. Stress levels fell back to about 40%. Tossed basketball into the enclosure. 5031 picked up and played with ball. Stress levels remained at under 20% after play. Afterward, 5031 began to use its hands to play with the basketball, possibly to avoid accidentally damaging it. Motor skill compared to that of a toddler. 5031 still prefers bowling ball for kicking.
That's very cute.
I think that's very sweet.
But also it's a horrifying beast that murders people. I don't want you to forget that part.
Okay, but is it murdering or is it playing?
No, it's murdering.
It didn't know how to play with the basketball. It just slid
It specifically doesn't need to eat people, and it's just killing that and animals.
Or
murder monster.
He just doesn't understand how to play with the basketball, and now he does. We taught him.
Well, let's keep going.
Yes.
All right, 5th of the 4th, 2018. Round 3, tests. Food. Forward. 5031 was given a choice between two potential food sources placed at opposite ends of the enclosure. Mm-hmm. First set of choices, a human corpse.
Why did we have that?
And a pig carcass. The selection was pig carcass. Just to confirm, I don't think we've discussed this before, but the SCP Foundation uses D-class citizens as sort of fodder.
What is a D-classed citizen?
People that society won't miss. Prisoners, horrible people. They just dispose of and use them for the worst kinds of things. Prisoners that are, never getting out.
Right.
Sort of thing. So I imagine these are probably that's probably a D-class person, but...
Yeah, fair.
Who knows?
Fair.
Okay. Pig carcass and chicken carcass, it still chose the pig carcass. Between a pig carcass and rotisserie chicken, it chooses rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, it does.
Chicken carcass or rotisserie chicken, rotisserie chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Live chicken or rotisserie chicken, rotisserie chicken.
See?
Roasted turkey or rotisserie chicken, neither. Presumed sated.
Oh, that's very cute. He says, I'm actually very full, thank you, because you fed me... sorry, there's an afterword.
Afterword. While it's true that 5031 doesn't necessarily need to eat, feeding it regularly has caused a marked decrease in average stress levels. Stress reduction seems to scale proportionately with the quality of the food provided. Also of note is that 5031 prefers to use its tail to pry and cut meat into bite-sized portions rather than rip the meat into chunks with its teeth or hands. He's pretty, yeah.
I'm quite proud of him.
You're proud of him?
Or it? I don't know.
Them?
I'm quite proud of them.
Using his thing. So yeah, okay. So when he'd eaten enough, he gave up on eating.
Yeah. Got full.
I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that it chose the rotisserie chickens. I think that's very cute.
It loves chicken.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the 12th of April. Round 4 tests. Coexistence. Test 1. 5031 fed until sated. Live subject, common chicken. introduced to enclosure. 5031 observed subject from a distance for several minutes, then rolled a bowling ball towards subject at high speed. Subject was killed instantly. 5031's stress levels rose immediately and drastically.
So it was like, let's play.
Yes.
Then it killed it.
Accidentally. It didn't understand that it couldn't withstand a bowling ball.
Sure.
Test 2. Bowling balls removed from enclosure. 5031 fed until sated. Live subject, common chicken, introduced to enclosure. 5031 gently rolled a basketball towards subject. Ball hit subject lightly. Subject responded with a small cry and moved away. 5031 did not engage with subject any further.
He said it doesn't play.
Yes, it doesn't like it, and I won't hurt it. I'll just leave it alone.
Sure.
I think that's wonderful. Test 3. I'm so smug about it.
Yeah, I know.
5031 fed until sated. Live subject, Class D, blindfolded, introduced to enclosure, and instructed to sit and roll basketball forward, then wait until it came back and roll it away again.
I knew they were using those Class Ds.
Oh my god. Subject and 5031 successfully rolled the ball back and forth for several minutes. 5031 eventually abandoned the activity and approached the subject. Per safety protocol, subject removed their blindfold to terminate the activity.
Because it disappeared.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, in my mind, it wasn't visible, but it was still there. But it is straight up gone.
That's what I'm saying. I reckon it just goes.
Right.
I don't think it can be seen.
Right, I get you. But it's not that it can't be seen, it's just... But, like, it can't interact either. So it can't... Like, I'm not looking at it, and then it stabs me with its tail.
No, you can't, yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, it's
gone when you look at it.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I understand. I get what you were saying.
You see what I'm saying, right? I'm saying like a box, airtight or not, if nobody's looking at it but they know it's there, then is it really there? Or is it just in another place?
I get you.
I don't know. But
well, I guess they know it's there because they must have cameras in there and they can still see its shadow floating about.
Yeah.
Test 4. 5031 fed until sated. Live subject Class D introduced to the enclosure and instructed to toss a tennis ball at the wall, let it ricochet behind them, then catch and repeat. 5031 stood behind subject and successfully engaged in the game of catch, mimicking subject's action of letting ball ricochet against the wall. Afterward, 5031's motor skills appeared to be rapidly improving. So, now I'm sorry, you go.
I was going to say, it sounds like this one wasn't blindfolded, so you had to face the wall.
And it stood behind, and so it still existed.
Exactly.
Yes.
But that means that it figured out that it doesn't want to go in front of it.
Yes.
So...
And I like, as I was reading that, I was like, why are we teaching it that?
Yeah.
Maybe it never knew.
Yeah, I don't know. So it says that they threw the tennis ball at the wall, let it bounce behind them, which that person doesn't realise
the monster is catching it behind him, and it's then bouncing it and he's catching it.
Exactly.
And as long as he doesn't look behind him, it'll still be there.
Yeah, well, even if he did look, there'd be nothing there.
I mean, yes, that's true, actually, yeah. Although then he might question what caught the ball.
Yeah. Well, he thinks it's bouncing off. They asked him to let it ricochet behind them. They think it's bouncing off the wall. I don't think they know that it's there.
Yeah, I get you.
But, interesting that its motor skills are improving, like it's practicing.
Yes.
And it's getting better.
Yes.
Okay.
It makes me a little nervous.
16th of the 5th. So
about a month
later. 2018. Round 5, tests. Symbols. Forward. 5 LCD displays were fitted into the wall of 5031's enclosure, each with a lit button and a food dispenser underneath. Test 1. 2 stations were activated. Screen 1 displayed the image of a rock. Its button dispensed rocks. Screen 2 displayed the image of a rotisserie chicken. Its button dispensed pieces of chicken. The result. 5031 poked at the image of a chicken for a few minutes and eventually hit the button. Chicken was dispensed until 5031 was satisfied.
That's quite cute. It just sat there and went chicken, chicken, chicken.
Test 2. Screen displays and the materials dispensed were swapped. So they're trying to tricksy it. That's okay. It's all right. Sorry. Screen... Test 3, right? No, test 2. You moved it. That's why. I got confused. Okay, test 2. Screen displays and the materials dispensed were swapped. Result. 5031 hit the button it had hit the previous day and received a rock. It then went to the other screen and hit the button to dispense the chicken. So it figured it out.
Nice.
Test 3. Screen displays and materials dispensed were swapped back to their original positions and set to swap again at random intervals after the first distribution.
Okay.
5031 went directly to the button next to the image of a chicken. Experienced apparent confusion after about the first mid-distribution swap, but quickly learned to watch the images. Well, that's good.
Nice.
He figured it out. Test 4. 3 more stations, screens, buttons, dispensers were activated. 4 stations displayed the word rock and dispensed rocks. 1 station displayed the word chicken and dispensed chicken. Arrangement set to change randomly several times over the following days. Result. Through trial and error, 5031 determined which station dispensed chicken. 5031 subsequently went to the station marked chicken whenever the displays were stopped. Nice. Swapped. Test 5. All stations deactivated except for 1. Screen displayed the word chicken. 7 wood blocks were set in front of the station, each marked with one of the letters in the word chicken. The station's button was set to remain unlit and inactive until the blocks were arranged in the correct order. 5031 expressed apparent frustration, hitting the inactive button repeatedly and striking the wall with its tail.
Didn't like that one.
No. Test 6, same as the previous test, but the screen displayed the word chicken with each letter overlaid on a photo of a wooden block. After 12 minutes, 5031 successfully assembled the word chicken. Afterward, it can learn language, Yusuf.
You got it locked in a box for 10 years and you could have been teaching it to sign this whole time.
It's got a blade tail. I don't know if we're supposed to let it sign. This is 3 months later.
Okay. The 29th of the 8th. Round 6 tests. Vocabulary. Forward. 5031 has learned to use letter blocks to form the following words.
That's why there's such a gap. Because they've taught it all these words. Yeah.
Still feels like it would have been easier to teach it to sign. But anyway.
You can't look at it.
I forgot. Foods. The following words. Foods. Chicken, turkey, pork, tofu, beef, bread, more salt, more pepper, more cooked. Music. Mozart, Enya, Ben Folds, Forest, Seaside, White Noise, more volume, less volume, silence. Play. Basketball, bowling ball, tennis, cat, dog, human, Robert, Stanley, alone.
Now, there's just a quick link here before we go too far. Let's just... Okay, no. Let's just go to the footnotes. There's a footnote here for this one. Oh. It's a specific... a specific person who's a D class. Oh, that is what it is. He's D class 52125. So he's probably the same guy.
He would like to play with Robert.
Correct.
But then why doesn't Stanley have a thing?
Because Stanley is just probably someone who works at the Foundation as opposed to
a D class.
Yeah.
I get you. Afterward, through its increased vocabulary and human interaction, 5031 has made the following progress. Established food preferences and dish pairings, learned to sing non-verbally. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Learned to juggle. Six-handed juggling is something to behold.
Non-verbally singing must be like humming along with the or going
that's
some
so
kind.
cute.
He's a murder monster.
But the thought that he's sitting there and he's like Ben Folds comes on, he says,
Okay, 5th of the 10th, 2018, so that's 2 months later. Round 7 tests. Activities. Test 1. Introduce table, paper, and crayons into the enclosure. Live subject D252125, which is
There's Robert.
Instructed to demonstrate drawing for 5031. 5031 learned to draw. Discernible objects depicted in it of its artworks include Robert, 5031, a rotisserie chicken, a cat, and myself.
That's so cute. Imagine he chooses something. He's like, it's Robert.
It's Robert, look.
I love him.
Okay, test 2. Introduced piano into the enclosure. Live subject, Robert, instructed to play chopsticks blindfolded and invite 5031 to play along. Subject had time to practice beforehand. I'm glad they taught Robert how to play the piano.
I'm like, but blindfolded though?
Well, yeah, he had to practice.
Like, I understand it's not that complicated of a thing, but blindfolded. Robert's doing the most.
5031 learned chopsticks in 2 days, though it appeared more interested in making its own original music, complete with vocals. These compositions might be considered crude by human standards.
That's very cute. Oh, it's all going to get so bad at some point.
100%. This thing's going to murder everybody.
Because they've made it too cute. Like, I would like to be friends with it.
I get you. Test 3. Introduce spice rack into the enclosure. Live subject, Robert, instructed to demonstrate seasoning meats. Result, 5031 spent almost 3 days straight experimenting with different combinations of foods and spices. 5031 assembled the words more with its letter blocks after running out of garlic powder.
Me too.
Afterward, 5031 only engages with art and music when accompanied by 52125, which is Robert.
Yeah.
But it continues to be preoccupied with food preparation even when alone. So he only does art with Robert.
Yeah.
And food is what he likes to do.
Oh, he likes to cook. I think it's a murderous monster, so I don't know if cooking is really what I wanted to be doing. But
yeah, that's it.
I like the thought that, like, Robert comes and it's like, yay, art lesson.
Art lessons, art and music time.
Yes, he says, like, love playing chopsticks.
Okay, here we go.
How far off is this one?
This is from October, so another 2 months.
2 months, okay.
Maybe 3.
The 4th of the 1st, 2019. Round 8 tests, cooking. Forward, basic kitchen utensils installed in enclosure. Now there's a footnote there. Sharp implements withheld per security protocol. But it's okay because it used its tail to cut the food. Live subject, Robert, instructed to demonstrate preparation of various recipes. Recipes learned: a quesadilla, tacos, hamburgers, fried rice, Mongolian beef, spicy chicken curry, chocolate chip cookies, sponge cake with buttercream, fudge, clam chowder, steak, macaroons, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Chicken adobo, smoked salmon, and profiteroles. Okay, like those are pretty hard things to make. Afterward, 5031 has a severe peanut allergy. This should be included in the revised containment procedures. I would also like to note that 5031 is now a better chef than the average human and has begun to create its own recipes. Robert has volunteered to taste test. Robert, why?
He loves him.
Yeah, I guess
they're best friends.
They've been doing this for months now. I would also... Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh, a short one. You want to add that too?
Yes.
This is 5 months later.
5 months later, 5031 said its first word, salt. We are all immensely proud. It is going to murder us all.
Okay.
And then it's going to season us.
All right.
I'm sorry, Alfred, I wasn't calling you. Sorry, because of the clapping.
Yeah,
our dog was like, what is it? What do you need?
Coming. Okay. 29th of November 2019. This is the final test. That is a full, essentially 5 months later.
Right.
5031 was given 2 months to develop a 3-course meal to serve at the BioSite 59 cafeteria for personnel working over Thanksgiving. Its selections were as follows. The first course, sweet potato turmeric miso soup. Second course, duck confit with apple cider glaze and cranberry compote topping, paired with butternut squash gnocchi and a bed of kale seasoned with truffle salt. Third course, a slice of spiced cassava pie topped with French vanilla ice cream and a maple hazelnut syrup. 5031 also debuted its original composition, Piano Sonata for 6 Hands, in a live performance broadcast from its enclosure. Personnel response was overwhelmingly positive. 5031 stress levels at 0%. Testing successfully concluded. Revised documentation submitted for approval.
Oh, that's nice. It never murdered, and they got it truffle salt.
They gave it truffle salt.
Now, we did miss a footnote at some point, presumably for extra digestive capacity.
Oh, okay, yes, we did. That must have been... well, I don't know.
It's all right. We'll find
Doesn't
it
matter.
Some point.
Yeah, apparently they're saying that it's... So I think that this is what this file was under review because this was all submitted.
Yes.
I think that's the point, which is a very clever way of writing.
Yeah, that is
like
quite
it makes
clever.
it feel like, oh, something went wrong.
Yes. Yeah, because that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for an incident.
But it looks like something went right.
I really... that's wonderful. If you are the person who wrote this is lovely.
Yeah, it was good. It's concerning, though, that something so violent, or presumably previously violent, well, I guess it was 10 years prior. They just had it never 10 years.
That's it. And it just screamed the entire time.
Yeah.
And, I guess, they treated it like an animal, so it acted like an animal. But then when they treated it like I guess, not a person, but you know what I mean? With respect and dignity.
Yeah.
They treated it with respect and dignity, and now it's composing music for its 6 hands, and it's given everyone profiteroles.
Yeah, that's it.
And macaroons.
I was just reading this top part again a little bit, because, it looks like this is the part that's under review. That's why it's the part in yellow, which is... It says incapable of expression of and so
and now it says salt.
Yeah, all of the rest is an addendum that essentially that Stanley Huxtable.
Oh, I see. That was the original document.
Yeah,
and this is
the addendum that they've said that it's now they've had to they have to change this part.
Yeah. I think that's very clever.
Yeah, that was great.
I really enjoyed that. But
he's
nice.
still a murder monster.
But he's not murderous anymore. Now his stress is at 0. Now he just wants to cook.
But I can't look at him. How do I know he's not slicing and dicing?
Because there's no blood. We can still see the aftermath of what he does.
That's true.
But I'm so sorry. He made a sweet potato turmeric miso soup. Okay, I don't like miso soup.
It's intense.
But our daughter likes miso soup, so she might like a sweet potato turmeric miso soup.
Let's get 5031 on board.
And come on now, a maple hazelnut syrup on top of some French vanilla ice cream? Yum. Did he make you a pie? What is a cassava pie?
I knew we were just about to both ask the same question. Yeah, some kind of meat pie. That's strange.
Okay, for dessert. All right.
Sure. Well, that was SCP-5031.
I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I can see why it is a fan favorite.
Yeah, popular
because
one.
I kept on waiting for it to become murderous.
Yeah, you think only bad things.
Yes, 100%.
But I like that the SCP Foundation, it covers the whole spectrum.
Yes, it's not just all bloodthirsty anomalies.
Not just horror.
No.
Yeah.
No, and it's not even just
even
weird
though
things.
it started out as horror.
Yes.
Just to be clear, the description...
But really, the monsters were us.
But I'm just saying, it's got a small head with no neck, elbows that turn into 3 sets of arms, an elongated torso, a crescent-shaped pelvis,
Yep.
and with a blade on the end, and it floats.
And it floats.
That sounds like a monster.
Yes.
But you also can't see it, which is the thing.
Yes.
Only the shadow. So, like I said, they're taking a lot of liberties with the assumption.
Yes.
I mean, interested to see. I think I did take a quick look when we just Googled it then. Interested to see what the renditions are of it. So, I'll put some up here. Yeah, cool.
I think that was great. If you have any suggestions of favourite ones, we'd love to hear it.
Please.
We will continue with regular chronological order next week. Or the
I don't know which order these things are happening.
It is either last week or next week.
It's just whatever's next. It's 50-50.
Oh, yeah, well, no, because I imagine that we're not gonna do another favourite one after this. So next week will be a chronological, and then after that, who knows?
Mysterious. Yeah. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and really share. Let some people know that you see it. And again, like Suzanne said, comment below with some of the things you'd like us to see, or send us an email, angry.roads@gmail.com. We haven't said that one in a while.
Yes.
So if you're still watching, thank you so much, and catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.